Oh, I turned my mic off this whole time, didn't I? Nice. Thanks for pointing that out, Harvey. That's hilarious. How long have I been talking for? Just on my other screen, checking the stream. I've been talking for the last 19 minutes. Nice. I've been talking for 19 minutes and my microphone was off. Okay. That's pretty funny. Thank you for commenting. At least I had music. If there was no music, it would have been a very weird stream. Right, so... But yeah, I feel like the bricks, I mean, obviously they're too regular right now because it's literally just duplicated around. But they feel too large. I'm also wondering if the size of my guy's head is correct. I mean, I'm aware that this is like a mirror, so it's going to look smaller. But it feels weird and short. Anyway, AOS wall. Let's duplicate that. And put this to add statements custom. Delete that. Oh, that's called Brick Geo. I need to rename that. Brick Group. So I'm going to go back and fix that. Okay, and for these ones, we'll just do one subdivision. Let's kill that, and let's just go back and fix that. Util, flush cache, Maya. Yeah, those bricks are way too big, right? Let me just... Let's just center it to like a really weird position, like this. Okay. Make them 25% smaller. Okay, let's modify for each transformations. Okay. Cache, Alembic, export selection to Alembic, prop wall. Okay. And let's render that again. I need to make some more interactive filters as well. Currently I've only got a grey shade filter. There we go, it feels better. But yeah, let's have a quick... object. Cell. Custom. Guess that will force it. Okay. Disable smoothing. Let's see if that works. It's like that. Do a few more passes, but it looks like it's worked. Yeah, that's worked. Perfect. Cool. I love the interactive render filters. Let's name it properly though. Disable smoothing. Let's put it into a category of geometry. And then I kind of need to put these in a group as well. So let's do group. Group Arnold AOV. Cool. That allows me to shrink this all down a lot more. In which case I could probably make another render filter. Okay, so this should render with materials on the Pierrot. Grey shade, I'm going to call that grey shade all, and I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to call this grey shade char. Just so I can override it a bit quicker. Yeah, so that's working. No, I don't have that properly named yet. So for now, we will just put grey shade. I'm just going to rename that to cool. Cool. So now let's see if that works. Yeah, mic's working now, right? Don't panic me like that. Yep, that works. Cool. That allows me just to grey shade the Pierrot whenever I need to. Keeps things simple. Nice and light. Right, okay, so we're going to need to start doing some texturing on the mirror. I also feel like it's not quite rotated correctly. Like I should play with the angle a little bit. Okay, so let's do a 3-degree rotation. It's also possible that, yeah, it's just me. Sorry, I just panicked for a moment there. That's on me. Also, welcome to the stream. I don't think I've seen you here before, Kappa. Huh? I wasn't talking to you. That got very confusing. Okay, so... Is that a more accurate angle? I think that is actually, yeah. Cool. So, I've got that working. We've got some bricks there, which kind of makes it a bit more interesting looking. Let's just get some displacement onto the back wall. So let's just do, for now, a noise. Sure, cell noise, why not? Plug that into displacement. And then we'll do a remap. Oh, sorry, range. I'm still used to RenderMan. I've had like 5 months now of like using Katana exclusively with RenderMan at work, so it feels quite strange to switch back and forth. Right, so remap, we want that to be minus. Let's go -1 for now. It's going to be mental, but that's fine. And then frequency, or octave, sorry. Scale. I think that goes the opposite way. 0.1, 0.1. That should do as like a trial. Hey Archive, how you doing? Probably do with turning off my camera. And while that starts to render, let's check our normals pass. Okay, and let's just quickly check. Oh, we need to rename that. Attributes. That's got wall grab. And then this is wall brick, and as does every layer below it. Yep, good. Okay. Let's see what that grout's doing on its own. Or do we need to enable geometry? Try turning on auto bump, see if that helps. Might just be a case of not having enough geometry. So let's see what it does. I'm good, how about you? Yeah, I'm doing well, man. I'm glad to hear that you're doing okay. Okay, so looks like a combination of a few things. Primarily not having enough geometry, so let's just put that by 1 more. And then the scale of that noise is a bit too small. At least I think so. Let's go 0.01, 0.01, 0.01. Strictly speaking, to get a feel for this quicker, I should just isolate it. Let's keep the normals pass on. Okay, so that's got less, so maybe we need to go 10, 10, 10. I need to memorize whether this is scaling the object or the frequency and noise. Oh, it's scaling the frequency, okay. Yeah, there we go, okay. We should probably turn auto bump off, I guess. Let's just set that. In fact, what's our wireframe doing? We should probably set up a custom wireframe AOV at some point. Better than the last time. My first time of Nomen is over. Nice, well done, man. How did you find it? Okay, so this mirror's a bit thin, isn't it? I need to thicken it up a little bit. Anyway, so let's temporarily do an AI flat. Plug you in. And then create a wireframe node. Let's quickly see how that's doing. Okay, so that's too high frequency. Let's see what the wireframe's doing. Okay, so it's still way too low res for that to pick up anything. So let's go, say, another 2 subdivisions. It's going to get intense. I should probably delete parts of the wall. Let's just say I found out I don't want to do 2D art anymore. Fair enough, I went through the same thing. Okay, so maybe one more? 6, that's really high. There's a lot of subdivisions. Are you familiar with Rism UV? I've heard of it, I've never used it. Okay, so that should start being enough. So let's go primary. Wait, I need to connect that material back up, don't I? Okay, and let's just arbitrarily increase this. Let's go -3 and +3. Okay, that's starting to function. It's poking through in a few places, it's kind of weird. But it is functioning. I feel like I should turn off auto bump though. I can turn it back on myself, like in the shader if I want to. That will stop it from rendering like really dark. So that's the problem with auto bump, is it's really quite strong. Like, it's way too strong, to be honest. Most of the time, anyway. Yep. See how different that looks. Obviously, it does also highlight that my my geometry is far too low res. Smooth the normals. Do the same for these guys. That will help a little bit. And add that into the bump as well. Bump. Go to geometry. Plug you into normal. Plug you into bump map. I'm just going to set this to like 0.2 or something. Because essentially, like, if you don't know what auto bump does, it basically just goes in and whatever information isn't caught by your displacement, it moves it to bump, which is fine. I use it a lot from most of what Rism can do can be done in Maya. The algorithms are better for solving hard topology and it's faster. So some better tools. Being able to select edge loops. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I've been using primarily Unfold 3D for quite a few years now. Before that, I used headless UV layout because for a long time, like Maya's UV tools were just awful. But they've gotten pretty good these days. Like they're not perfect by any stretch, but they work in most cases, and they work pretty well. Let's try. There we go. Curious as to why it's poking through in so many areas. It's very strange. I also need to make sure roughness or specular is off, because that shouldn't have any spec at all. Well, it should have very little with a very high roughness at least. That should do. And then let's quickly go into our brick material. Somewhere like there. Something like there. And then we'll do some proper shading later. Just want to check the thickness of that mirror. If I get a centimeter cube, yeah, it's way too thin. It's like barely over a centimeter. That's fine. We can just go into a orthographic view. And it just selects the entire front of the thing. Cool. Maybe a centimeter thick is a bit much. But it should be thicker at least, stuff like that. Cache. Oh yeah, need to utils, flush caches. Mirror, cache, alembic, export selection to alembic. And we'll just get into the mirror. I need to Google the actual values, like how thick it should be. That should render a little bit better now. Then we can start working on the actual shading in the mirror, just because we've got some basic bricks in there at the moment. Yeah, it's definitely the thicker one. Yeah, I feel like I need to check the size of this guy. Maybe it's not right. Cool. Let's check him out. Cube. So something you can do as well to check size is create a 2.4 centimeter sphere. Oh, wait, sorry. 1.2 because it's radius. And that should be about the size of the eye, approximately. Which it looks like it is. It's a little bit smaller. Actually, no, that's the eye socket. Yeah, it's not a million miles off. And the head is usually, I think it's 15 centimeters wide or something. As an approximate. Yeah, widest point. So here's roughly the right scale. Composition reminds me of a scene from the Joker. Yeah, I know which scene you're talking about. In fact, let me go find it. Joker mirror scene. I was looking at that earlier for like set dressing inspiration. Because I do want to get, I mean, I'm still not sure if I want to do the light bulb thing. Like part of me does and part of me doesn't. Because it just doesn't feel appropriate for the time. It's a good scene though. Might rewatch the movie. Right, so I also need to fix the clipping of these parts. Okay, so let's get into that test cam. And just want to test the side angle of this thing. Let's get this open. Okay, so I want to get this effect. So basically the general construction of mirrors is it's just a sheet of glass with a reflective surface behind it. Now, that reflective surface being behind is important. Yeah, this is definitely too thick now, actually. So I might start pruning this. It's so weird how this is happening. Let's just wall geoshape and wall brick. Yeah, okay. So that's the actual geometry below. Yeah, I need to fix the displacement basically. So we're getting a little bit of that green. Yeah, I'm going to. Oh, Jesus. Yep, there's the issue. I feel like what I probably need to do is have a larger noise that's less strong. But yeah, that's absolutely what I need to do. Let's quickly do that. Yeah, we've got a little bit of stuff going on here as well, so we'll fix that. For now though, let's get back in and thin this out again. We're just proxying the placement of that. Doesn't need to be too clean. Obviously there's a gap from the wall, that's something we'll be fixing. And then I'll just quickly close all this out. Util, flush caches. Cache, alembic, export selection to alembic, prop mirror. Cool. And before doing a test render, let's just get into this guy. Massively reduce this, so let's go like 1. In fact, yeah, 1 should be fine. Nope, not 13. And we'll just need to do a smaller noise, which means this going higher, I believe. Cool. And then less octaves. Let's go like 3 octaves. Then while that's going, Go over to our mirror and geometry. We need a few more. Let's go, well, 3 should be fine. Cool. So we are getting a little bit of something. I am going to have a look at that properly though. Because to me it looks like my depth is way too short. So it's killing off the light before it gets anywhere. So I'm going to grab the gaffer from this guy. I could just do test cams for this. Let's just grab this one. Okay. And we're going to branch this way over. This is going to be our little look dev area, where we just work on one prop at a time. Gaffer free. We will get rid of this guy and set you back to full exposure. Okay. We will exclusively use test cam, so let's just grab that. Then all we'll need to do is create a isolate node. And we want to isolate locations. Let's just grab whatever we want to work on, which in this case is the mirror. Oh, that's not what I want. Okay, let's get good old test cam. And we will create a transform as well. And just do 180, just to face it towards the light. What's this? Oh, that might be the normals, right? Okay, let's have a quick look. Smoothing, yep. Okay, so temporarily, let's prune the glass itself. So this section here will just be like whatever the fuck we want to do. Let's prune this and just test the back plate on its own. This should be like really reflective, and it's not. Normals are fine. Oh, is this a mapped environment? I think it might be. Let's put a sphere in front of it. Primitive create. Merge. Oh, we should do that after the isolate actually. Merge. Okay, so this is sharp. Yeah, so it's just map mapping. Let's assign a material. Material assign. We just want to grab that primitive, put it up there, and grab the base map from here, just so it has a material. There we go. Okay. we turn off the mip mapping actually? What happens if we set this to -2? It's sharper, but it's still super low res. Resolution. Let's bump that up. Let's go 4,000. There we go. Got that eventually. Right, okay, so let's get into that test camera. Let's kill off that. Transform 3D. Okay, let's have a quick look at the mirror backplate material. Okay, spec roughness, so obviously I need to increase that a tiny bit. 0.025. Metalness, we could use metalness. It'll give us definitely a stronger effect. The hell did I just change? It's so much bright. Oh, because the lighting's different. Okay. So obviously this will need a little bit more stuff going on later. There we go, that'll do. We want to keep it low because we want the eyes to be in focus through the mirror, so we can't go crazy on that as much as I want to. So then let's get rid of the prune on the glass and see how that renders. In the meantime, lock that out. Guess it's actually making it brighter, which is not what I was expecting. I guess it's caustics. Okay, let's go to the viewer and have a quick look at the side angles. So then we can start looking at how much darker this gets. If it gets really dark, then yeah, okay, the depth needs to go down. Let's get a true side angle like that one. Okay, so depth needs to go down because this should still be shiny. There is a tapering to it, so like these ones where it's facing more towards camera, we are getting a bit more bright than here, but it's subtle. A lot more subtle than what we have, so my depth from the glass. I'll need to rebuild this material from scratch, but we'll just play with this for now. Depth, so I believe increasing this allows it to go further, so let's do that. This should get brighter, I think. Looks like it did, a tiny bit. go like 4. Oh, that's nowhere near enough. Okay, so we need to go back down. We need that to be green from this angle. We'll do a live render actually. Save a lot of time. Okay, so it's not updating camera position. So let's just update those. Oh, that's not what I want. So something that's going to be fun is the fact that the back of the shiny surface of the mirror is actually quite matte and green. I need to learn what coating, like how it does that, but that'll also make a decent effect. I feel like we need a little bit of displacement on this glass for it to work properly. It's also not reaching a deep enough green. So let's try 0.8. Materials, prop mirror. Let's try saturating this a tiny bit more. Oh, it's not even detecting it. Oh, it's because it's the wrong one. This seems a little bit more blue than mine. Yeah, a little bit more blue. That's not actually updating. Nice. There we go. A little bit less saturated. I need that value to be back at 1 as well. Okay, tiny bit more hue shift. Let's go 4, 2, 5. It's getting pretty close. It's still not reaching the same level of whiteness, but I can't tell if that's due to the lighting or not. Looks like it's working now. Okay, so we'll need to recreate that material. Can I do a two-sided mat here for the back plate? Just gonna get the snipping tool. New. Gonna copy those down. Okay, so let's set this to two-sided. Okay, now I'll do that in a network as well. Okay, let's do a network material create. We will need two materials, so let's just do NMC prop mirror, and then this is prop mirror, prop mirror, that's gonna be the word. Let's do glass mat first, and duplicate that. And this one will be, come on, there we go, backplate. Cool. So let's get into that material. And let's just do the backplate material first, so two-sided. Cool. So one side will have a surface, which will be the reflective side, so let's just put that into the front. I'm just going to copy the materials from what I just had. So base is set to 0, specular is set to 1, and 0 is 001. Then IOR is 3 for chrome. Metalness is set to 0. I don't know why that's got that on it. So that's that one done. Then the back should have a surface as well. But this one will be a lot more standard. So for now we'll leave it as is, and then we can do some live renders. And this one above should have some different settings, so I'm just going to copy those. Glass mat. Copy this. Move that over. Come on, there we go. And let's just get back into here. This surface, we'll name them in a second, don't worry. Base, I'm guessing was set to 0, but I didn't check. In fact, actually, that's still set at full. 0, 0, 2. IOR set to 1.5. I'm going to increase that slightly. And then nothing else there. Transmission is set to 1, which I don't like. I'll have to reduce that later. This is 0.975 by 1 by 0.9888. Cool. Depth is 0.8. And then there's no anisotropy or anything else. Cool. So that should be working now. Cool. So those are named. Let's get into our okay. That should actually already be working, right? That's camp. Wait for this to start. No, so that's not going to be right actually. So actually we can let's fix the namings for these. Backplate mat. How's that working? So we need to get the color of this matched. So let's go into this back material. There's a little bit of reflection on there, so we'll keep that, but we will make it a lot more subtle. So let's go like 0.5 and increase this like 0.6. That should do as a placeholder. And the color of this should be like that. Cool. Okay, let's get the light rig. Change the angle of this to 0. Looks like as a whole that's working. Cool. So let's backdrop this. And then delete you because we don't need it. We don't need this anymore. Cool. Let's call this messy look dev tests. Let's go over lighter color, increase that to like 5. Nope. 3. That'll do. Cool. So we should get this mirror into Mari so we can start doing some roughness maps and stuff. And at some point we'll have to figure out how we want to do the shattering. Like, do we want to do that in like actual effects, or do I just model it by hand, or do I do it in shader? To rename all these. Okay, let me ACS render cam A. We don't need those settings for this, and then we'll do the same for this guy. ACS render cam B. Still don't need them. Okay, gaffer free. Look dev tests. We could probably automate something in here at some point to do like turntables stuff for us. So something I want to quickly test is, do prunes work in, and I guess they do, but let's give it a go. I'm gonna create a new test. So in here, category, camera settings. I'm gonna call this one disable cam. I'm just going to add a prune. This will prune any node. Oh, that's going to prune geometry. So we have to disable nodes. Okay, we'll come back to that. So it'd be good to be able to, like, prune nodes from the graph or disable nodes from the graph. I guess we could do that with graph state variables, but it gets a bit messy. Okay, this is working. Okay, so let's get into Maya. Let's get our photo group. Oh Jesus, that's still rotated too. Gonna move all these photos into place. Let's get those photos exported. So, modify free transformations. Unless while we're at it, isolate everything. Do that. Okay, that's them. Do we have UV sets for these? I can't remember. I think we do now. Just map one. Good. So let's get these exported. Cache, Alembic, export selection to Alembic. Prop photos. Okay, and I'm going to... Where is it? I'm going to grab this guy. I'm going to grab both of these. And... oh, that should always happen before. No, never mind. Can't do that. Leave that where it is. Right, okay, so... automatic. Add Alembic. We're going to clean this up a little bit, do a prop merge. So, automatic, let's bring all that and that up here. Delete port, delete port. So we just want we want to copy the settings from this guy, I guess. Okay, so we've got those in. Let's do a Arnold object settings. Set this to custom. Drag you to here. Geometry, smoothing. Subdiv type, cat clock. 2 should be fine. AOS, drop photos. Okay, then for now we will just copy paste these two. There we go. Okay. So it'll probably be quite a short stream today. Probably finish about 10 minutes. I plan on doing a longer one tomorrow though. Okay, so what are these? Okay, backdrop. Scene B setup. So that's 2. Cool. Let's drag that over. Let's do a super quick and dirty brick material. First, we'll grab this guy, just so we have something. I'll grab this guy and duplicate him as well. Get that into displacement. Need to make that considerably more subtle. Okay, let's check what our normals are doing too. Oh, yes, depth field, of course. Cool. Let's go 0.5 and 0.5. Let's make it a bit smaller, so let's go 80 by 80 by 80. That should be fine. Let's increase that slightly. Let's go 2.1. Okay, let's grab a basic brick material. A basic brick color even. I'll do as a temp. So okay, one of the things that we have to figure out is we want compositionally all this to be blue, so do we actually want to color this more towards a blue hue? So like there. And force that shape, or do we do like a grey? So like we go back to what that just was, but then desaturate the hell out of it, and allowing the lighting to make it blue. I guess desaturation would be the wiser option. And we can do a what's it called? Random? I'll have to look at that at a different point. Yeah, desaturation works. Do we need, like, something to hold this? I feel like we do, don't we? Can't really avoid it. Maybe we should do some kind of window frame. I think that'll do for now. Let's save a new scene. It's quite nice having such small scene files. Yeah, so I'm going to let this render get a clean render out. I will be streaming again tomorrow, probably roughly the same time as today. Going out to cinema later tomorrow night, so I won't be able to do a late one, but yeah. I mean, not a huge amount has happened today. I'll be getting into texturing in the next one. Probably work on the mirror. Maybe figure out a window frame, like if we want to do that or not. But yeah, so we'll see how it goes. But I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And I will chat to you tomorrow, hopefully. Right, see you guys.